Namaskar to all of you. I welcome you all in this Global Edu-Conclave 2021. So today I will be speaking on the Sustainable Development Goals, specifically related to my research-oriented work. So before starting with any kind of presentation, let us discuss about the sustainable development and why there was need for developing this kind of goal, as these goals were started to promote the kind of development that may minimizes the environmental problem, that has to be minimizes, in fact I would rather say, to minimize all this problem and to meet the need of existing generation without compromising with the quality of the environment for the future generation. So we are the one who has to take care of these things, and keeping all these in mind, we have to be very careful that in near future what we have to do. So for that we need to achieve these goals. And how we can achieve these goals? By restricting human activities, by going for the technological development which should be input effective and not input utilizing. Then the rate of consumption should not surpass the rate of salvation. We should be having sufficient amount of food production so that it should be able to reach to each and every people. For renewable resources, we should be able to go for that. It should not go beyond the consumptions, and we will be in phase of lacking all these renewable substitutes. All type of pollution should be minimized, and we have to have all our natural resources protected. So these are the important aim of the SDGs, and we have to achieve those goals. So keeping all this in mind, when I was going through all the different SDG goals which were made, you have to go for the different examples how and in what way we can protect. Okay, so here what we can say, that nowadays we are going for the environmental crisis. We are seeing that there are climatic change, natural disasters, natural calamities which are taking part, and how we can combat with all those problems. And this can be done when we are aiming for the wind energy, solar energy, crop rotation, efficient water fixtures, green space, sustainable forestries and all. So we have to have all those things which kind of the problem which can be tackled with very careful activities. Now, reason, we all know why and what are the different reasons for this environmental crisis, as one of the important and major reason is the population explosion. So by 2050 we know that what is we are assuming that how big the population worldwide will be. Rise in economic activity, this is also again an important parameter. The economic activity has reached to such a level that everybody has increased their need. They have demand for different things which they want to go for fulfillment of those. Then rapid industrialization, as we know that industries are moving a lot, which has resulted in for the deforestation and depletion of natural resources. So we have to protect these natural resources. We have to have some kind of things in our hand through which we can protect those things. And we know that increased use of all the different kind of chemicals in the agricultural products, which has directly or indirectly affected the health of everyone, not only the human beings but all related to the ecosystem, has been very badly affected. So that is why we say that the sustainable development, we have to be very careful. We have to understand the importance of these goals. When I was going for my research activities, and when we started working on that, I was very happy to go for that, because the way we are working, or for the thing which we are working, I can see that almost about 7 of the SDGs we will be able to contribute a little bit out of it, out of a research work. I would rather say if we can promote and if we can create awareness about these SDGs and the activities which we are going for, definitely we will be able to contribute towards the world SDG for achieving these SDG goals. So when we go for this, we can see that the first important SDG goal is the no poverty. We have to minimize all these poverty line. We have to not only minimize, we are saying no poverty. Not a single person should be under the poverty line worldwide. So we have to do many things. Still there are developing countries who are working far behind than the developed countries. We have to provide them all the different kind of help in term of the technologies to be transferred, or in term of the facilities to be provided, or to enrich the knowledge with different kind of things to make them self-sufficient, so that at least for their food and their natural things they should be able to get it. So no poverty means everyone should be having employment, self-employment. So certain things should be there which they should be able to earn for themselves. So earn for themselves, and they should not be earning so much so that they can fulfill their all needs. The second one, I can say that zero hunger, the work which we are performing is the promotion of this kind of zero hunger. Also by producing the different quality planting materials, we can assure that the number of plants, whatever the amount of food is required, whatever the quantity is required, that we are having a sufficient amount which we can combine with. The third, when we go for it, is the good health and well-being. So working on the different kind of plant species which are of important use. For example, nowadays in this particular COVID situation or pandemic situation, we are seeing that everybody is trying to move towards the natural resources, to move towards the plant vegetation, to move towards the different nutrient content which is present in the food products. So we have to have those kind of things, and it is also helpful for the well-being, because whenever we see greenery all over or almost everywhere, we feel so happy. So happiness behind these things are the different plants which are growing and which is giving oxygen all around. So that is why it is very important, and I can say that yes, surely we work a very good way in this SDG as well. Moving to the next, I would say about the importance of the clean energy. So as I've said that clean energy, we have to reduce the pollution, we have to reduce any kind of toxic elements which are present, any kind of toxicity which is present in the atmosphere and the environment which is being damaged by any kind of things. So the important thing is that if we propagate these kind of plantlets which I have said, or I will be speaking in my later slides, we are sure that I am very much sure that we will be getting a very good information, a very good clean energy can be obtained by using these kind of technologies, or the different kind of plannings can be developed together. Moving to the next, about the industry, innovation and infrastructure. Not only plant is restricted to only the conventional agriculture. When I talk about industry, innovation and infrastructure, I'm definitely sure that we have to understand that whatever work we are doing, it should have a commercial prospect. And that is there. That is the work which we are doing. We are developing the different protocols. We are developing different kind of plants. We are producing different kind of plants, and it is being commercialized in different industries. In India, we are having about more than 200 companies who are working, and we are jointly working with them, which has been able to export their plant products everywhere. So this is the importance why I say that yes, this kind of thing we can reach to different industry, innovation and infrastructure. If we can provide in the rural areas also, it will be very much helpful for developing these kind of things as well there. Then moving to the next time, industries, when I would rather say that not only the technology which I will be talking, there are many things which can be done in home also, where income generation can be done. So this is a different aspect of the thing. Then coming to the next part, which I would say, that is the sustainable cities and communities. Nowadays you can see that whatever projects of the housings and all, or the any kind of constructions are there, there are certain percentage which has been kept that you have to maintain the greenery there. Why? That is the reason that we know that what is what is happening worldwide, and what is going to happen if we don't protect our natural resources, if we do not protect our the different greeneries all around us. We cannot have the greeneries all around us, then that will create a lot in terms of everything in the coming generation. So now it has become a very important thing that we have to understand the importance, and we can make this sustainable cities and communities by the help of the plants which kind of plants which we develop. Now, life on land, again, if we say that life on land, without plants there is no life, without water there is no life. So we have to have those kind of things. We need to protect the lives, and how we can protect this life. So if there is a vegetation, there will be life. If there is water, there will be life. So we have to understand the importance of this. So overall we can say, yes, we need to protect all our natural resources in terms of plants and different kind of species. But since I will be speaking only about the plants, I will be going further on these kind of things only. So as I've said, that zero hunger, how we can combat with, right? Zero hunger. Hunger means we need food, and food, how we can get it. So there are different forms of agriculture. We have to promote those agriculture, agriculture. Then different kind of horticulture sectors are there which are promoting fruits, and different kind of pomology sectors are there who are working on that. So that also you have to take care of. So how we can go with that? So zero hunger, again, agriculture plays a very important role, whether it is aquaculture or fisheries or any kind of agriculture which is there, which is relevant. We need to promote those things. Coming to the poverty, again, we have to understand about the employment probability, how people can become self-employed, and the rural development matters a lot. We have to take care of those things, and agriculture sector again plays a very good important role in that particular sector. So we can say that the plants, whatever industry, innovation, infrastructure, we need plants. For affordable clean energy, we need plants. For sustainable cities and communities, the plants will add on to these particular SDG. Then life on land, of course, vegetation matters a lot. Then good health and well-being, again, if it is quality planting material, if it is a very healthy food which we are having, healthy plantation which we are having, definitely it will be add on to the well-being as well. Now, when I'm talking about plants, that means plants, more and more plants we require to have. Now, as I've already said you about the reason what is happening nowadays, deforestation, depletion of the natural resources, climatic change, natural calamities, these are the things which we have to take care of. And as I've said, that every problem is having a solution, and if we are able to have this solution in our hand, definitely we will be having success to achieve these goals. So when we say that my research work which I was supposed to talk about is about the plants and the type of plants which we are growing, and not only growing a single plant, we are having those particular techniques. The technology which we are applying is for the mass propagation, is for mass multiplication. We can produce large number of plants from one small single tissue. That is the added advantage. That is why I said that yes, this technology, if can be go from home to home, from society to society, from community to community, then definitely we can have the quality plantlets at each door, and it will help on these kind of activities which will promote the growth of the different kind of plants. Now, before I move towards the different technique, I would like to highlight the importance. What I will be speaking about my research work, which I have gone for, is related to the plant tissue culture, and not only the plant tissue culture, but by saying plant tissue culture, the technique micropropagation we are basically giving stress on. Other than micropropagation, also the related work which we are doing about the secondary metabolites, production of screening of the secondary metabolites, then empirical technology. These are the different things which we are carrying on. I will not go about that. I will be just highlighting about the PTC and its importance, how it is going for. So as I've said, that plant tissue culture is an important agricultural biotechnological tools which can contribute in the production of crops, large number of crops in a large scale, higher yield of crops in a larger scale with improved food, fiber, fuel and feed. Thus we automatically by doing this we can achieve the SDG goal of no poverty and no hunger. It is one way towards commercialization to face the food availability. So throughout food availability can be produced, can be made available by the use of this particular technology. In developing country we are doing it, and it is going for the fast growing population also. It is very, very helpful. So plant tissue culture is also important if any kind of, for example, I've said that we need to protect our natural resources. So this is the technology which is very important, where we can propagate this in large number, whether it is extant or rare or endangered category. If we are having potential to grow those plants, we can do that. So PTZ is having a huge importance in vitro production of secondary metabolites without sacrificing the whole plant. So that is important. The pharmaceutical and all the Ayurvedic formulations which are being made can be used by using these kind of technique. So by using again the PTC, we can say that year-round basis we can get the food and the feed. So throughout all the round, everything can be made available if we are using the PTC. So the main application of this, I would say that we can induce large number of varieties, new varieties we can develop. Other than that, in a large scale we can produce that too without sacrificing any kind of plants which is there, and it is having the commercialization importance. It can go for the commercialized purpose. As we say that we have to become and understand about Atmanirbhar Bharat. So that is again an important parameter which can be taken care, and yes, of course, by applying these kind of things, we can surely say that yes, we can be self-sufficient if we are having this kind of thing. So little bit I will be describing about the advantages of micropropagation. I have already said a few of it, but in general I would like to say that a single explant, when we say explant, a small tissue or part of a plant is being taken, and that particular plant part of plant is having potential to be divided into thousand and millions of new cultivars, new plants. So taking the explant, it doesn't mean that we are cutting the whole plant. Only a small tissue is required that can be done. So we are sufficient enough. We are not disturbing the any kind of land or vegetation. We are just taking a small part of those plants, and we can propagate the similar kind of plant let in the lab, and which can be transferred into the field. Then other than that, we can multiply the rare and endangered plant species, which I have already said. And once it is being established in the land, throughout the year it is available. You say that within this particular period I need this kind of plants, we are ready to give, or the plants will reach to you within that particular time period. The thing is that the protocol should be ready. So that is again another point. The second thing is that the another important parameter is that through plant tissue culture technique or the micropropagation technique, we are producing the disease-free plantlet. That is again another important part, that disease-free plants can be produced. So again, food safety also plays a very important role, where we will be able to produce not only food, sufficient amount of food, but the safer food also. So that is again another important point. And again, another thing, when we are talking about the natural resources, we can conserve the natural resources if it is being frozen and kept into the gene bank. So wherever there is a need, there is a requirement, we can get from those gene banks and we can multiply it. And the third important part is for export purpose. As we know that carrying something in a soil is very much risky and it is not being allowed to transfer from one country to another country. So again, people are doing in agar, plantlets are being taken and it is being transferred. It can be easily exported to the other countries. So that is how a very little space is required, and that is sufficient. Wherever it reaches, it can grow and it can be multiplied there. So these are the importance of the plant tissue culture. So I will not go about the further detail, but I would like to emphasize on some of our work which we try to give, and definitely if it will go and it reaches it add on to these kind of SDGs. For example, we have worked on the indigenous banana species, and we are getting a very good result for the propagation of those kind of banana species. These, once it will be done, it will be using it, so we will be able to conserve these kind of indigenous species of high nutritional value. Again, we have worked on some of the horticultural crops also, which has not been reported by some. We are the one who has reported this kind of thing, which is having highly rich nutritional content, and the fruiting is also a very good, plays a very major role in improvement of our health and all. So it also add on to the health benefits and for the well-being. Another thing is that we have also worked on the starch yielding plants, which is having a rich source of starch which is having a very good important nutritional value also for the infant also. It is being used to carry out and to have those kind of things. So these are the different work which we have done. And recently we have also worked we have published a particular chapter in Springer Nature book, naming as biodiversity conservation and imperial need in combating pandemic and healthcare emergencies. So in this particular context also, we would say that yes, our technology is playing a very important role for achieving all these goals. So we have to promote this, we have to understand the importance of this. And with this, I would like to thank all the audience present here, and specifically I would like to acknowledge our Honorable Founder President Sir Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, Amity University, Honorable Chancellor Sir Dr. Atul Chauhan, Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am Dr. Balwinder Shukla, Director, Amity Institute of Biotechnology AUP, and all the organizers of Global Edu-Conclave 2021. Thank you once again. I hope I am able to give some input towards this Global Edu-Conclave 2021. Thank you once again.